I'm going to talk about the measuring side of things now on copper. I was explaining, excuse me, I was explaining last week to my grandson, Harry, when we measured up, when we were measured up in my job as a pipe fitter. You measure centres, called centre to centre. So centre of a T to centre of a T, or centre of a T to centre of an elbow. And to make it easier, if you want it 100mm centres, like that, 100mm centre of T to centre of T, and you'd obviously have to knock off from centre to where it goes in. But to make it easier, I was showing my grandson. He's coming up 11, but he's quite good at helping me make things. So if you hold the tape centre to centre there, 100mm, instead of doing that, if you put the tape on that T there, on that end, to that far end there, 100mm, it saves trying to guess the centres like that. So if you put the tape measure on the T there and there, that's 100mm, that's same as 100mm centre to centre. Or even if you put the tape on the 15mm side there, so you're measuring right hand side to right hand side, 100mm, then you just knock off the distance, which I know is from centre of the T to the amount it goes in is 10mm, because the 22mm copper, should I say, goes in 15mm, and from centre of the T to the edge of the T it's 25, so you'd knock off 10mm. So for those tool fittings you'd knock off 20mm, which would give you a cut size of 80, and that would be perfect. 100mm centres, same as elbows. So if you wanted it 100mm centre there, centre to centre, instead of trying to sight centres up, put the tape to the right hand side of the elbow, and that's 100mm, and then just measure between there, which is 45, that goes in 15, that goes in 15, so it'd be 75mm cut size, which we label it CS for a cut size. Same for 15mm fittings, 100mm to that right hand side of the T, measuring to the right hand side of the T there, and these you just knock off 10mm, which you can work that out. So that's 20mm from centre of T to the edge, you just knock off 10mm there, so it's 20mm on 15mm fittings, so that piece would be 80mm. And I work to 2mm plus or minus, which I also have done in my trade. And I'm putting on the base of these, the legs, or should I say the feet that goes to the floor, it's having some mild steel, well, these are mild steel cap end, malleable iron cap ends, so then will be one on each corner. People can choose when I'm making them. I get these cast iron floor flanges, which I buy from a foundry, a crafting supplier up at North East. As I said, people can choose whether they want that. That's a 1/2 inch BSP. And BSP stands for British Standard Pipe, but it should be BSPT, British Standard Pipe Thread. And these are made. Try and cut every one perfect, because when it's put together it won't be perfectly square. So them's within 1/2 millimetre, the dimensions. Same with I'll show you in stages as I'm putting it together, as I solder it. I'll be using self-cleaning solder, self-cleaning flux, should I say. if I can line the tees up. I'm spinning about. And those are perfect, those tees. As I say, if not, when I put it together, it won't be perfectly square. As I say, as I go through the stages of making this shoe rack, I'll be videoing it. I hope that helped you a little bit. People want to have a go at making things. I was telling my grandson, he doesn't know what he wants to do when he leaves school. But for anybody going into a trade now, the money is fantastic. I worked for a commercial heating company, pipe fitting, and tradesmen now, when they're leaving, when they become qualified tradesmen, pipe fitters and plumbers, they're earning approximately £70,000 a year. My son's actually a pipe fitter. I'm going to show you this in more detail on the next video. I'll show you it. He made that. It's a Y piece for a chocolate factory, where chocolate is fed from a tank above to these two connections. I'll show you that on the next video. I'm going to show you the welding inside. It's that's called autogenous welding or autogenous welding. I worked in fruit factories and breweries, pot factories, fruit factories for the last 25 years when I was working. I'll show you the inside of the welding on that one. It's called autogenous or autogenous welding.